Hello everybody, in this video we are going to look at how we can make our camera move as smoothly as possible whilst flying our Mini 2 and our Mavic Air 2. There's a few different things we can do, mainly looking at the settings, so let's get started. So what we're going to be able to do is take the settings that will make our footage look like this, really jerky when we're moving along and looking side to side, and it'll also work up and down as well actually. And we're going to turn it into something a bit more like this, a lot smoother without any jerky movements of the camera. So to access these settings we can go to the top right hand corner and then click over to Control and then scroll down to Advanced Gimbal Settings. In here we have a lot of what look like scary settings if you're not used to them, but they're actually a lot simpler than they look. So what we're going to do is break them down into pitch and yaw. So the pitch is going to be how quickly and how smoothly the camera moves up and down, and the yaw is going to be how quickly and how smoothly it moves side to side. Obviously the faster the speed, the quicker, and the more smoothness, the longer it takes to ease in and ease out of the shot. Now the reason there's so many different settings is because we can change these different settings for normal mode, cinematic mode, and also sports mode. Now this is going to be really useful if you want to keep changing between the different speeds. You can customize them the way you like. So first of all we're going to be looking at pitch. Now if we go to the extremes and we look at the fastest pitch we can have and the least smooth pitch we can have, we can see we've got a really jerky movement as the camera tilts up and down. Now if we change the pitch speed to 1 and we push the smoothness up to maximum, which is 30, we can see this is actually frustratingly slow. This is way too slow when we're flying our drone. I personally like the pitch speed around 16 to 17 and the pitch smoothness on maximum. So now when we put this into action, if we scroll down really quickly and then take our finger off, we'll slowly come to a rest, and again if I scroll up and stop scrolling at 45 degrees, it rolls up to 30 degrees by itself, and this makes it nice and smooth. And here it's worth pointing out that if we roll the wheel a little bit, the camera moves slowly, and then as we increase it we can make it faster. So I personally like to have it a bit faster than I need it, so I can make it slower using the wheel. Now I want to go and fly in sports mode now. It's actually pretty windy today and my drone's struggling in normal mode. So what I'm going to do is go to sports mode, give it all the settings I want. I think I've set it to about 17 here, and again I'm going to put the pitch smoothness up to the maximum of 30. Now when I take this shot I'm going to fly it over myself and then slowly roll the camera up. And as we can see, moving forwards, rolling the camera up, looks nice and smooth. And then I can take my finger off the gimbal and it slowly rolls to a stop, and we've got a nice smooth shot. And that's basically what we're going to be looking at for pitch. So now let's take a look at the yaw settings, and just a quick reminder, yaw is moving the camera side to side. So what we're going to do for this, you actually start at default, which is really quite jerky, and you're going to be used to this. So what I'm going to do is drop the speed down to about 70 to 80 and push the smoothness up to full. And we can see now if I move, the footage is really nice and smooth. There's a bit of jerkiness in the transmission, but that'll be fine on the final footage. But now if I point the crosshair towards myself and I stop it when it hits me, we can see it carries on going past me. And this is because where we've made it smooth, it slowly rolls past. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the smoothness, and I quite like the setting of around 30 to 40. This is going to give me enough that it's nice and smooth without losing too much control over the direction I'm going. And I also just wanted to point out that when we are turning side to side, I feel it's a lot better if we're moving than if we're staying still in one place. For me personally, this just looks a lot less professional. The last thing I want to point out is I highly recommend using ND filters. They can really make the picture look smoother. On the left hand side I can drop the shutter speed using the ND filter, and we can see it looks a lot smoother than on the right hand side where I have no ND filter added. I have a separate video about this. I'll leave a link in the top right hand corner and the description down below. And the last thing I want to point out is that this was for the maximum smoothness. Now I really recommend playing around with these and seeing what works for you. For example, if I have it the most jerkiest it can be, or with a maximum speed and no smoothness, I can get transitions like this and edit clips together. Now this was made using ND filters. If you'd like to know how to do this, check the link in the top right hand corner now, and also the description down below. So that's pretty much going to sum up smooth footage, and I just want to clarify that when we increase the smoothness, we're going to be sacrificing a certain amount of precision in our control. So we're going to slightly lose control for an increase in smoothness, but if we're shooting for video, I think sacrificing precision for smoothness is a great idea. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found it useful, hitting that like button is a huge help to me as a creator, and hitting that subscribe button is a bigger help still. So go out, stay safe, and as always, have fun. That's it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one.